And there was no military man there at all. And Manu Pabi, as someone who's tracked the story very closely, the question that is now being asked is, who is it that gave the information that led to this informal CCS being put together, which led to the Defence Secretary summoning the DGMO? Do we know who is it who's responsible for spooking the Prime Minister, Manu?
We don't have the full facts of the case yet. As you know, it is a very complicated story, a story that has taken such a long time to come out, and a lot of facets we still don't know. You got out the news of the CCS meeting. It is still not known who exactly gave what information, but the facts that have come out is that not only was the CCS spooked, but also the army itself, the DGMO himself, got a message from his counterparts in the Western Command about such a movement. He himself stopped the troops one day before the Defence Ministry told him to do so. So there was information in the loop. Where it came from, who gave it, I think will take a little more time to uncover.
Mr. RK Singh, what do you think needs to be done? Do you think the government needs to order a probe so that details come out into the public domain, so that standard operating procedures can be put into place, so that there is no fear of a supposed coup, a takeover, intimidation, what have you, all these theories get built up? What do you think needs to be done by this government now, sir?
Rahul, I think, what has happened is most unfortunate for our country and for our institutions, especially the army. This is not something which you sort of tom-tom out in the open, that there was a point where you started suspecting your own armed forces of planning a coup. I mean, you don't sort of tom-tom this out in the open, especially when there was no basis for it. I think the way the Raksha Mantri handled it, questions were asked about this in Parliament, and the Raksha Mantri found out the facts and put the facts on the table, and that should have been the end of it. I think raising this controversy all over again only, the damages our institutions further.
Okay. I have with me the lawyer for General VK Singh, Vishwajeet Singh. One of the things that compounded this paranoia was that the officer who was in charge of the battalion which was moving from Hisar, his son is married to General VK Singh's daughter.
The co-commander's
Lieutenant General Ashok Singh's son is married to VK Singh's daughter.
Not at that time.
So
they're
thinking that this is part of a larger conspiracy.
No, they got married only after the general has retired. And in the
allegation is that there was an attempt to change the chain of the promotion chain.
This entire sequence of events, this all cock and bull story, this is a product of a very sick and imaginative mind. Let me tell you. Did this secret meeting actually happen or not? We don't know. And was this set of bureaucracy and political leadership, were they actually spooked, or were they pretending to be spooked so that they can pull out a pigeon from the hat and throw it on the general just because he has gone to the court that day, and a movement of troops happened to be happening that particular day? So all this is not known. It's an open secret that there were elements in the government who were lobbying against General VK Singh at that time. They were trying their best.
Let me put that question to both RK Singh and General VP Malik. General Malik, first, the charge being made by the advocate for General VK Singh is that there were elements within the government who were pretending to be spooked because they were looking for a reason to do a Bhagwat on General VK Singh.
Yes.
No, are you trying to say that the CCS meeting was staged and that the Defence Secretary was told something, and then the Defence Secretary questioned the DGMO in the middle of the night and he says, "Ye kya ho raha hai?" All these things, are you trying to say that these are all imaginations? They are not imaginations. I think the things are being put under the carpet by
but
people.
Someone must have planted these canards into the minds of those people present in the meeting. After all, everybody came up and ridiculed the idea, didn't they? Everybody rejected it. Everybody has came on record and said that it was a routine exercise. No, how can a routine exercise?
I'm not sure.
How can a routine exercise spook people in the responsible people in the defense establishment?
Rahul, I'm not sure, and I do not want to say anything how much VK Singh was involved. Yes, the problem was there. There is no doubt, which caused the split in the civil, further split in the civil-military relationship. But at the moment, let me also make two other small points. First is that the hierarchy in the armed forces, and particularly in the army, it doesn't accept unlawful command from anybody. And I'm now speaking at the highest level of the army. Second thing, I agree with Parveen Sahni, who said that there is a need for us to correct our high defense control organization, and there is a need for us that when matters related to security are concerned, they should be kept in the loop so that they are answerable, accountable, and they can give the right answer.
You know, this
the whole problem has occurred because of the